Economists' word of the year for 2024 was kakistocracy, and that is absolutely what we are living under right now. As I've said before, I think in reference to RFK Jr., it's not, is the regime incompetent or malicious? No, the incompetence enhances the maliciousness. I want to quote here a little bit from a piece that came out last year. It's from the Library of Economics and Liberty. The piece is called What is a Kakistocracy by Pierre Lemieux. I'm not necessarily saying I agree with everything from this website, but the author makes some interesting points here. A kakistocracy is rule by the worst, from the ancient Greek kakistos. Contrary to the case of, say, aristocracy, derivative of kakistocrat. Y'all don't know how many times I had to stop and refilm that word, kakistocrat. It's not so easy to pronounce. That word for the worst people who govern has not taken root, but we can hope it will. I don't think it will, because try and say kakistocrat 12 times fast. Kakistocracy would still remain very relevant even if Kamala Harris had been elected in place of Donald Trump. It is also relevant in many other countries. In his 1944 book, The Road to Serfdom, Friedrich Hayek, the future economics Nobel laureate, foresaw that as the state gains power, the worst people would become rulers, whether it would be a single dictator adored by the majority or an omnipotent democratic majority. The regime would be supported by people with the lowest moral and intellectual standards and by the most gullible. It would embrace the principle that the end justifies the means. How much have we seen that from the Republicans? And they would also unite against scapegoats. I mean, MAGA's entire philosophy is uniting against scapegoats. It's all about treating immigrants as scapegoats. It's all about treating Black people as scapegoats. It's all about treating trans folks as scapegoats. Right, so the argument here is that under this sort of system, the system that we're under now, people don't see individuals as human beings. Instead, they just see them as a member of the group that they're choosing to scapegoat. Hayek predicted under a system like this, cynicism and disregard for the truth would spread. If you've not watched my video on Donald Trump and post-truth politics, I encourage you to go find it on my YouTube. Tribal emotions and government propaganda would displace rational arguments. Again, post-truth politics. Hayek would not have been surprised if foreigners, immigrants, and pet-eating Haitians were among the scapegoats.